So what's up, guys? King Drew here with my co-host.
Right first in the building, you already know what it is.
So we want to welcome you guys to the Question Everything series, where we talk about current events and personal development. No one really owns the earth. So for me, it's like as I view it, and this kind of came from something that it was a while back where they were talking about. I think is one of these rappers, Lil Yachty, or maybe if it's not him, comment down below. He was trying to buy a planet or something like that, right?
Mm.
So my question was always this, right? When I heard that, I was like, wait, so who decided that they could sell that planet? And when did they own it? Who did they get it from?
Mm.
Who did they get it from? You know what I mean?
Mm.
So when it comes to United States per se, right? Who was the first person to be like, hey, you know what? This is my continent. I own it. I could sell you off a piece over here and here and there. How do you own that? And I feel like we don't question that. We just, oh, okay, well, this person's family has owned it since forever. How did they get it? And the family before that. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of time when the United States separated and become its own continent and connected to Canada and all of that. But it's like, how do you come to that conclusion to say, oh, this is your land? How is it your land when no one can really own Earth
Let's go.
per se?
Mm.
So as you look at it, it's like, wait a minute, it doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense. It don't.
Mm.
And then we put it. Let's create the picture here where we create this social structure, which still again, it's all about division. The social structure, the passports and all this other good, it's all these things that we don't question. We just go along with it because it makes you feel comfortable. It's like, you know what? I know there's a system in place that if somebody's not supposed to be here, they won't be here, right? But then again, it's like, what are you losing by just accepting that and going along with it? Because then going along with that, you're also going along with all the other systems that are in place.
Mm.
So, you know, so just to bring it back to land, I just don't understand how you get to a level where you say, "Oh, this is my land." Yes, you bought it, but where did that person buy it from? Where did the first person that said, "Hey, this is mine"? How did you make it yours? Because you just said it was yours, and I don't know if life. I know you got
Man,
something wrong.
man. Mm-mm-mm. So, what I'm gonna say real quick, YouTube, right? So, as it pertains to YouTube, right? In this particular scenario, our experience as it pertains to the experience that we experience, we're going to be given an account of such experience as it pertains to our experience. So, YouTube algorithm, I'm going to need you to dissect that, deconstruct what I just said, right? So, I'm going to give you an account of my experience as it pertains to this experience, as far as how that experience has been for me, right? So, this is what we're talking about here. So, meaning what? As it is pertained to this utopians, right? Utopians ideologies, right? So we started off by saying earlier, we are having a multi-dimensional war, specific to how it correlates to multiple ideologies, right? Now, we said earlier, we're going to bring it back to intent, right? We said that, right? Now, because you have to say to yourself, based upon an intent, what comes first, intent or ideology, right? So if we understand when we look at the circumstances of such ideologies, it's based upon the intent. Or if you feel different, I would love for you to comment down below, right? So we're going to use the Twitter question to frame it out in that sense. So when you're being conceived in that regards, right? So where now we know we have the flesh, the body, the organs in that sense, and then we need, and then you get activated, right? So your avatar is activated in that sense, right? In terms of that, again, so that you're being conceived, right? You have to say to yourself that you're being burnt into an experience. So right out the gate, when I come into this, everything that happens as it pertains to this experience, as far as how I'm experiencing it, it's my experience, right? So everything that I talk about specific to this experience is based upon how I'm experiencing it. So you have to say to yourself this, right? When they talk about censorship, when they talk about all these other things, right? How could you censor an experience that I'm having that's based upon an experience that's rooted in ideology, based upon intent? So now I could experience it, but I can talk about what I'm experiencing based upon my own account, right? So again, we gonna deconstruct this, right? We gonna try to make sense out of this whole thing. Like I say to individuals, we now, based upon cause and effects, we're looking at the effects of it, trying to make sense out of the effects while dismissing the cause, which is what? Ideology, which is rooted and reinforced by what? Intent. Please show me where Earth has been manufactured and manifested by man or woman in that regards, or a being in that sense, or anyone, alien, artificial intelligence. Oh, we're building an artificial intelligent world that replicas everything that we consciously do on Earth, despite the ideology in terms of how that's done, but now we're creating it on a digital space. Isn't that interesting, people? So let's think about that for a second. We use resources that comes from the planet, and in doing so, we manifest things out of it. We're going to extract stuff from the earth. We're going to create money from the earth, and now we're going to then say we're going to build infrastructures, entities, and we're going to call it Facebook, LensCrafters, BJs, whatever the case may be, right? So again, by all along, all of these things is coming from the earth for free. Meaning what exactly? So somebody gets to regulate what comes from the earth. Mind you, who are these people? Who are these deciding individuals that gets to decide how your planet is being leveraged without your scarcity, right? Who are these individuals, right? So you got to say to yourself, when it comes to Earth, right? The fact that right now, based upon how we are interacting with Earth, it's not based upon your, or it might be, right? I would love for you to share something in the comments, right? But what I'm saying specifically is, I never said to anyone that I'm okay with people drilling into the earth. I'm okay with people, doing things that compromise the planet in that regard, right? In that sense, I never signed off on that, right? Or more so, I never signed off by saying that. Now I'm going to now limit myself to saying that, well, because I came into a consciousness that I was planted in, and so I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago. That's where I'm from, right? So now I didn't decide that this is where I was going to be birthed specific to my avatar, right? Meaning what? I could have been in the Middle East, right? I could have been birthed into Europe, into anywhere and on the continent, right? But I'm coming to one planet that's connected to everything, right? So when we use this notion that you got borders and you got immigrants, people that's crossing over to what? You're on the same land. So how could you be an immigrant to Earth?
First time being experiencing King Talk Live. We want to thank you for checking it out, and please hit that subscribe button. It'll be wherever it is, and make sure you like, comment, and hit that notification bell. And also, we're gonna have a video. It should be in the middle right here. I should put it right. It'll be right here. That well, not a video, but the playlist of the whole series. And you definitely want to start from number one and work your way up. So without that, life first, hit them with a little something, life, because I know you, man. Hit them with a little something,
Right. Yeah. And again, we appreciate everyone. We appreciate you guys for building with us. We appreciate your frequency as we add to the necessary static in terms of amplifying what is necessary in order to unplug individuals from this utopians ideologies, right? You know, so again, we appreciate you guys. You already know what it is, right? You know, don't be an algorithm tendency, right? I'm sorry, don't operate with algorithm tendencies, right? You know, and that's for all the real ones. You come on here, again, you made it this far, right? Share, leave a comment, right? Don't operate with algorithm tendencies. And that's all I got. I'm gonna see you guys in space.
Peace.